Establishing a successful TCoE requires a holistic approach with both strategic and tactical elements. Establishing a successful TCoE demands a very structured approach. First, define and have clear, measurable strategic vision aligned with business goals. I have learned the most successful TCoEs are those where the team feels a sense of ownership and is empowered to drive the innovation and improvement.
Hello and welcome to another episode of FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series brought to you by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Sunny Pancholi, and today we have the privilege of speaking with Mr. Inayathullah Syed, a distinguished leader in the field of quality assurance, IT program management, and strategic consulting. With over 24 years of experience, Mr. Syed has significantly contributed to global organizations, delivering impactful solutions across banking, finance, and insurance. He has held key leadership roles, including head of QA and senior solution architect, driving innovation and building testing centers of excellence. His expertise in optimizing service delivery, managing large-scale programs, and leading high-performing teams has earned him a strong industry reputation. Mr. Syed has played a pivotal role in guiding businesses through complex technological transformations. In this episode, we will discuss Mr. Syed's leadership philosophy, his strategic approach to driving quality and efficiency, and the lessons he has learned throughout his illustrious career. So, it is an honor to welcome Mr. Syed. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to an engaging and enlightening discussion.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate the warm welcome, and I am very grateful to the opportunity to be featured with FaceTime with Leaders. Yep.
So, you have had such a remarkable and diverse career spanning over 2 decades, leading teams and driving impactful projects in IT, quality assurance, and testing. Looking back, Mr. Syed, what was that turning point or key moment early on in your career that truly shaped the direction you decided to take? And how did your journey unfold from there? And what were some pivotal experiences that helped shape you into the leader you are today?
Yeah. Let me briefly explain about my story. Early on, my work experience with global organizations like GE Power Systems and Quest Diagnostics in US exposed me to critical importance of robust quality assurance in large-scale operations. This period instilled me a deep understanding of how quality directly impact business outcomes, especially in regulated industries like power, healthcare, and manufacturing kind of things. I got an opportunity and I saw firsthand how a defect could affect not just company's bottom line, but also critical infrastructure and patient care. The realization fueled my passion for ensuring quality at every stage of the software development lifecycle. A significant phase was when I began setting up leading testing center of excellence TCoEs for major clients. This was a shift from execution to strategy, where I learned to build high performing teams, optimize processes, and align QA with business objectives. For instance, establishing a TCoE for a leading bank involved not just technical implementation, but also the change management and stakeholder management, which were very crucial for success. I had to work very closely with various stakeholders from C-level executives to frontline staff to branch staff to demonstrate the value of a centralized QA function and gain their buy-in. This experience taught me the importance of communication, collaboration, and stakeholder management in driving organizational change. My experience also very diversified. Like, I have worked with BFSI, IT sales, manufacturing, QA consulting, QA gap analysis, in various countries with various clients. And I'm very happy to say that, I have worked in around 10 countries so far, worked with different nationalities, different cultures. I love traveling. So far I worked in countries like US, UK, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Ireland, Australia, Ethiopia, Mauritius, Qatar, and Kuwait. And I got an opportunity to learn different ways of working globally in different countries in their different IT setups. This gave me a global exposure, not only to broaden my perspective, but also hone my ability to navigate diverse business environments and build very strong relationships with international teams. I have learned to adapt different cultural norms, understand diverse business needs, and lead teams with varied backgrounds and skill sets. This adaptability has been a key factor in my success in leading global projects and delivering results for multinational organizations. Throughout my career, I have been driven by a passion by solving complex challenges, delivering value to the clients, and fostering a culture of quality and excellence. These experiences, combined with recognitions like leading by example and different awards I received from Fidelity Investments, uh, have shaped my leadership philosophy, which emphasizes collaboration, continuous improvement, customer centric approach. I believe in empowering my teams, fostering a growth mindset, and leading by example to inspire them to achieve their full potential. Thank you.
That's such an inspiring journey, Mr. Syed, and it's clear that those challenges shaped your approach to leadership. So, continuing our conversation, Mr. Syed, you have helped set up testing centers of excellence, that is TCoE, for various clients, which I'm sure has been both challenging and rewarding. From your experience, what do you believe are the key steps in establishing a successful TCoE? And I would love to hear about the process and how it's impacted both the business and the teams involved. What personal insights have you gained along the way, and how has it shaped your leadership?
Okay. Yeah. Establishing a successful TCoE requires a holistic approach with both strategic and tactical elements. Establishing a successful TCoE demands a very structured approach. First, define and have clear, measurable strategic vision aligned with business goals. For instance, aiming for a 20-30% reduction in testing cycle within a year, improving productivity, these kind of things. And the second item, what I would like to emphasize is conduct a thorough current state assessment, identifying gaps and redundancies, like we did by centralizing testing to eliminate duplication. Third, build a skilled team with continuous training and an inclusive culture. Fourth, implement a change proactively with clear communication and stakeholder buy-in. Finally, ensure continuous improvement through KPIs and regular reviews. Personally, setting up TCoE has reinforced the importance of being adaptable, a strong communication, a strong leader. It is about empowering teams, fostering collaboration, and driving a culture of quality excellence. Seeing teams thrive and achieve remarkable results, as recognized by awards like leading by example and several other awards, it is incredibly rewarding and motivation me to continuously strive for the excellence and help organizations to build their quality assurance and time to market, go to market goals. I have learned the most successful TCoEs are those where the team feels a sense of ownership and is empowered to drive the innovation and improvement. Thank you.
Mr. Said, I like how you have broken it down. It's not just about building a structure, but truly cultivating an environment that empowers the teams to continuously improve. And it's clear from your experience that a TCoE is so much more than a process. It's about creating a culture of excellence.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving forward, Mr. Syed, over the years, you have worked with various organizations to help them refine their QA processes. And we have all seen how critical quality is for the success of any business. So, in your experience, what are some of the most common mistakes companies make when setting up a QA process? And more importantly, how can they avoid these pitfalls to ensure their QA strategies not only align with their business goals, but also drive long term success?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Quality is paramount. And in my experience, several common mistakes hinder companies while setting up QA processes. And some of the key challenges what I have seen, which I want to include, there is a misaligned strategy, treating QA as an afterthought hindering value delivery. Some companies don't recognize QA. They say we can do the QA once the development phase is complete. So we have to address this problem in a very clear goal-driven plan. Underestimating early QA involvement leads to costly large-scale fixes. So it is better to adopt a shift-left approach. And there are certain situations which I have seen insufficient tool investment limits the efficiency and coverage, prioritize automation and relevant AI related technologies so that we can do the best of technology usage for the quality assurance function optimization, taking product early to the market, giving user journeys a very happy feeling. And I have also seen poor communication isolates QA, hindering collaboration, foster shared responsibility through open channels and cross-functional meetings. So we need to avoid these pitfalls by integrating QA strategically, investing in the right tools, and promoting seamless collaboration. Ensuring QA aligns with the business goals and involving early integration, utilizing appropriate technologies. This will foster continuous communication.
That's some really valuable insight, Mr. Said. It's easy to overlook the basics when there is so much focus on speed and innovation, but these mistakes really can make or break a process. So, as organizations continue to embrace digital transformation, there is a growing focus on agile methodologies. Mr. Said, from your perspective, what are the key risks when combining agile with quality assurance, and how can businesses mitigate these challenges to ensure seamless integration?
Combining Agile with quality assurance offers significant benefits. It also presents some key risks that business need to address proactively. Integrating Agile with QA present a lot of risks also. So misalignment between Agile rapid cycles and traditional QA structured approach is a primary concern. It is mixing old with the new. So some old technologies, old processes may not immediately able to catch up or cope up with the new technologies, new ways of learning. So this can lead to QA bottlenecks or compromised quality. Mitigation requires QA teams to embrace agile principles, breaking down testing into sprint-sized tasks and prioritizing continuous testing. And we also need to talk about a different kind of parameter over here. Maintaining a comprehensive test coverage, which is very important for any project success, is another challenge. Shorter cycles may limit the thorough testing, increasing defect risks, and risk-based testing addresses this by focusing on critical areas and high probability failures. So in this case, test automation ensures consistent execution across various sprints, reducing the timelines and adopting the shift left approach. So I would like to say effective communication and collaboration are vital. Agile demands close teamwork and not siloed operations. So clear communication channels, shared responsibility, and frequent feedbacks are essential. Continuous integration facilitates early issue detection, which will help the overall life cycle of the product to get improved. So the QA professional's role must evolve, moving beyond end of life cycle testing. They need involvement in requirements, design, and development. This requires a broader skill set, including development knowledge and business acumen as well. Training and development are crucial for QA teams to adapt to these new roles and agile principles.
That's incredibly insightful, Mr. Syed. It's clear that aligning Agile with QA requires not just technical expertise, but a strong focus on communication and collaboration across teams. So, Mr. Syed, with your vast experience in leading transformative projects across diverse sectors, I would love to know what your future aspirations are. Uh, as the business and tech landscapes continue to evolve, where do you see yourself in the coming years? And do you have any aspirations to take on a strategic role at the boardroom level, influencing the direction and vision of organizations?
Yeah, I'm looking ahead and I'm excited to continue driving transformative change in the tech and business landscape. With my vast global experience in QA, program management, and strategic consulting, I aspire to take on more strategic leadership roles where I can influence organizational direction and vision at higher level. Yeah. If I can say more, I am particularly interested in leveraging my expertise to guide companies through complex digital transformations, drive innovation, and ensure sustainable growth. This involves not only large-scale projects and programs, but also contributing to the strategic decision-making process at the highest level of the organization. My experience in leading and setting up of testing center of excellence, managing global teams, and working with diverse stakeholders has provided me a very strong foundation to take on such role. I developed a deep understanding of how technology can be used to solve complex business problems, improve efficiency, and drive growth. Now we can take the AI example right now, how AI is helping the business and community across the world to help the decision making much more easy. AI is widely used in healthcare, technology, logistics, and several other areas. Ultimately, I aspire to a position where I can use my skills and experience to shape the future organizations, drive positive change, and make a lasting impact. Whether whether this is a board level or another senior leadership capability, my goal is to contribute to the strategic direction of a company to help achieve its goals to the full potential. Thank you.
It's fascinating to hear how you are looking at the future, Mr. Syed, especially with all the expertise you have built over the years. So, diving into the subject of ESG, Mr. Syed, as organizations are increasingly prioritizing ESG factors in their strategies, how do you see these principles influencing leadership decisions, especially in the tech and banking sector? That is part A of my question. And from your experience, what role do you believe leaders like yourself play in driving meaningful, sustainable change within the corporate world?
Okay. Yeah, ESG principles are rapidly transforming the way business operate, and I see them as a critical driver of leadership decisions, particularly in sectors like tech and banking. Tech leaders face growing pressure to balance innovation with social impact, prioritizing data privacy, ethical AI, and digital inclusion. This demands investments in cybersecurity and responsible AI development. If I take the case of banking, ESG is driving sustainable finance. Leaders must consider environmental and social impacts in leading and investment, focusing on renewables, divestment from fossil fuels, and financial inclusion. Predominantly, we have to make world greener and less of emissions and less of pollution. And we also need to focus upon governance issues like board diversity and risk management are also critical. Ultimately, ESG principles are shifting leadership towards a stakeholder-centric approach. Companies now consider employees, customers, communities, and environment, requiring leaders with broader perspective and a commitment to long-term value for all. Thank you.
That's an excellent perspective, Mr. Syed. It's really fascinating to hear how ESG is really reshaping corporate strategies and leadership responsibilities. Great. So that brings us to the last question of the podcast. And Mr. Syed, you have recently joined Directors Institute, and we are eager to know and hear about your initial experiences. How has been part of this prestigious network impacted your approach to leadership and corporate governance so far?
Yeah. My initial experience with the Directors Institute has been incredibly enriching. The Institute provides a unique platform for learning, networking, and exchanging insights with the seasoned leaders and experts in corporate governance. This network has sharpened my focus on crucial organizational challenges. Now I have a deeper grasp of effective governance, risk management, and ethical leadership for sustainable value. The Institute's emphasis on governance best practices reinforces my commitment to integrity, transparency, and accountability in leadership. Directors Institute's frameworks and tools are invaluable for enriching my organizational contributions. I'm especially impressed by their commitment to continuous learning, keeping me ahead of governance trends, not only in India, but across the world. Overall, my experience with Directors Institute has been transformative. It has not only enriched my understanding of corporate governance, but also inspired me to be a more effective and responsible leader, contributing for the better world. Thank you.
Great to hear that, Mr. Syed. And it seems like joining the Directors Institute has already offered valuable perspectives to you.
Yes, I do agree. Yep.
All right. So, and just like that, we have reached the end of today's episode of FaceTime with Leaders. A heartfelt thank you to Mr. Syed for taking the time to share such valuable insights and stories from his remarkable career. Your experience and wisdom are truly inspiring. And it's been a pleasure to dive into such meaningful conversations with you, sir. We hope our audiences has gained not just professional knowledge, but also a fresh perspective on leadership, innovation, and the world of business. So thank you so much, Mr. Syed, for joining in and sharing your time, knowledge, wisdom, and insights with us.
Thank you very much.
And to our amazing audience, we genuinely appreciate you tuning in today. If you found today's episode inspiring or thought-provoking, we encourage you to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with your colleagues, friends, or anyone who is passionate about leadership and growth. Don't forget to join us for our next episode, where we will continue to bring you insights from some of the most influential leaders in business today. We will be back soon with more thought-provoking discussions. So stay connected, stay curious, and keep striving to make an impact. Until next time, keep leading with purpose, stay inspired, and take care. This is FaceTime with Leaders, where leadership meets insights. See you on the next one. Thank you so much.